How to reduce overwhelm when dieting. Good morning. If you're coming in, give me a hello. If you're on replay, drop a replay. So overwhelm when dieting is such a big part of it. Like I think, people say quite often, I don't just want to think about food all the time. I want something simple so I can go and do it. And I spoke the other day about the yes and no decisions day to day that are the key to successful long-term results. We all want sustainable results, but quite often the reason we're thinking about food all the time is sometimes because we have this unexpectation and kind of crazy goal that's unrealistic. These expectations which are just unrealistic of a certain deadline, and we're like a bit of anxiety going on to hit it. Now, sometimes we're going to have to think about food a little bit more if this goal is really strict, which is the way it is. However, what I want you to do to reduce this overwhelm, to reduce how much you're thinking about food, is to number one, remember that you're going to think about food anyway. Like, we sometimes put the opposite on a pedestal. Like, if you decide to not do anything and just go, I'll put this off for now, it's just too hard to do. Well, you got to remember, you're going to be thinking about food anyway. It's going to be hard anyway. Like, not planning your meals, for example. You're going to have to make choices in a supermarket, in a petrol station, in a train station, whether you're at home and you haven't eaten and the kids' snacks are around. You're going to have to make choices anyway. You're going to have to think about food anyway. And chances are, from the thousands of conversations that I have and we have at Fruci Fit, you're probably going to have experience some level of not feeling in control, maybe feeling a bit like you shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't have that, which is still thinking about it anyway. But the difference is you're going to think about it anyway, but one leads to guilt, another one for another day, guilt, shouldn't have done this, lack of control, but the other one leads to feeling good, I'm in control. It's going to be hard anyway. Number two is just to visualize that person you want to be and start to almost define those yes and no decisions. Sounds really odd. But the fewer decisions you have to make, the easier it is, the less you're thinking about food. So if you're really struggling with going into the office and there's biscuits and cakes around, and you just decide, I'm gonna be that person who just says, I eat what I bring into work. Done. You're actually making fewer choices now. You have to think less about food. Yes, of course, there's gonna be food there, but you can bring in food that is similar. I only eat what I bring in. Done. No temptations now. Done. It's just the person I'm gonna be today. If I book in my session, this is the exercise I'm gonna do today. That's just what I do. All of a sudden, we're defining these yeses and nos. This is the person I am. If I get a biscuit with my coffee, as I did yesterday twice, I just don't eat biscuits with coffee. I actually ignore them. And after a while, it just gets a bit easier to do. But because it's not even I don't ever kind of do it, I do. It's just a yes and no. It's just a no to me. That's it, done. I don't really enjoy them. No, I'm just done with it. Whereas if I have them every time, all of a sudden that's adding up. But I'm defining the little yes and no's now. So we're building up from the other day that we talked about that, the little yes and no's throughout the day, which pretty much gear up the transformational results that you want. It's never that one big decision. It's always those little things. And speaking of little things, I was speaking to some of the ladies yesterday at our Fruci Fit event, which was amazing. We had 66 ladies in one room, one big room at Bowood. Amazing day, sun, low intensity, high intensity song challenges, coffees, teas, peppermint teas, protein bars, breathing, the lot. Good fun. Good atmosphere, cardio, fun, games, but most important, community and together. And I was speaking to some of them, they were like, I nearly didn't come today. I nearly didn't come, but it got to Friday, I had a busy week, and I was like, I can't cancel now. Because there's going to be people who want to come in. I've got a place for this. Got to go now. She's like, I feel so good. I feel so good doing it. And I was like, yes, it's those decisions. You've got to remind yourself how you feel after. And I was speaking to someone else, and they were like, I never enjoy exercise. Never enjoy it. But I always love the feeling of having done it. But something's changing a little bit. I seem to be enjoying it a bit more now. And I'm like, wow, that's a double whammy. And I was like, I don't even enjoy exercise that much. That's why I joined jiu-jitsu as well, because I actually quite enjoy that as well. But it doesn't mean I don't stop doing my pull-ups and my own workouts, because I love the feeling of having done it, because I love what I get from it, the strength, the fitness, the mobility, the flexibility, and everything that I get with that I know is a prerequisite for health. You can't be healthy without exercise. You just can't. Even if you lose 4 stone, I'm throwing out there now, you're not quite healthy if you've done it all from diet and maybe your muscle, your strength. What does health mean to you? It's very multifaceted. So we've got to consider that. There's more to it than that, and it's those small habits that make up for it. But sometimes we've got to remember it's going to be hard anyway. Number 2, define your yeses and nos, and life becomes more simple. That is how you overcome overwhelm. And if you need help doing that, comment below for Kickstart. We'll go through that. We've got Q&A tonight actually, where we're going to be delving into this in a little bit more detail. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.